We are five-handed, and Vanessa holds all the cards. In 365, Vanessa watched Robin and Ryan. First time ever on the show, we've had two guests that have been in the house with Vanessa. Two guests from Big Brother 17. Without further ado, let's bring them in. Clay and Audrey, how are you guys?
What up?
What's up, y'all? Great. Thanks for having us.
Social media is big with Big Brother. There's a lot of, obviously a lot of diehard fans out there. How would you guys comment on the way that she's being kind of received or talked about in social media? Do you think it's fair? Because in a lot of ways you could say that she kind of gets butchered out there. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, honestly, I think every house guest at one point in time has gotten butchered by the media. I still do, being out of the house. She gets some of it, but honestly, when it's all said and done, I think she's receiving more love than hate. When you look at it, her gameplay, she is probably right now in the house, actually for sure, the most deserving to win. If you look at her resume as far as game-wise, I mean, she's had a hand in every eviction. So the hate that she receives, I think it's more people just being mad that she's actually playing a good game. Some people don't agree with her game, but at the end of the day, it's Big Brother. She's done what she's had to do to get where she's at. So I don't think I think she's getting more love than hate, honestly.
And no one can really empathize for anyone in her position besides people who are actually who have been in her position. And since we've both been in that house, she's doing whatever she has to do to win the game, which is the purpose.
Yeah.
And if people are judging her for that, that's the premise of the show. It's very manipulative, it's sneaky, and you have to be tirelessly witty. And I think she's the whole package, and haters are gonna hate.
Now, Audrey, Vanessa has this uncanny ability to repair broken relationships to the point where people forget why they're mad at her in the first place. How does she do this?
So I feel that Vanessa's approach to the game is she's using every part of being a human that she has. She's using intelligence, she's using emotions to manipulate the situation, and the emotions are, I think, what helps her get out of the corners that she gets put in because of these moves that she's maneuvering. And I feel that it really is good at spinning it into where she is the victim of the situation and making them feel as though oh, I betrayed you.
I think there's a large group of people in America that would say that's the poker player in her, right? I want to talk about your guys' thoughts on Vanessa being a world-renowned poker player, but I also would love to know how you guys felt when you first kind of found out.
I think it all just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I was not even strong.
Yeah, when I was told that, I was like, well, that makes sense.
When inside of season 17 of Big Brother did you find out that Vanessa Russo is a professional poker player?
Well, she was actually upfront with us.
Yeah.
She really did say, I played
poker.
She said she played in past tense poker professionally. She was a DJ. She went to Duke. She was upfront about most of the stuff about her life. But for some reason, it just went over everyone's head. Those should have been major.
That was a smart move too, because she said, she played poker. She was a poker player, and she did that just because in case somebody in the house knew poker or knew poker players, and they were like, "Wait, I know who you are." Then she could say, "Yeah, I told you I played poker." So she was already covering her bases from the start, and they were very smart of her. And in case somebody could call her out on that.
So now that you guys are out of the house and looking back on it all, if you had the chance to go back into the Big Brother house, what would you do differently? And would Vanessa play a bigger or a smaller part in either of yours gameplay?
So I would definitely lay low, shove a blanket down my throat instead of wearing one on my head, and keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
But I was the one who had the right instincts about Vanessa early on. I did kind of harbor people up to the HOH room and say, maybe we need to target this person, and hoping I would bring everyone together, but they all just came together against me.
Clay?
Honestly, she wouldn't be a part of my game. If I could go back, I would probably go with the other side of the house. Other side meaning James, Jason, Meg, and probably stick with them. James offered me a final 2 deal on the first day, the first 10 minutes of the house, and I kind of blew that off. Looking back on it now, he's a guy that I would, relate to outside the house as well as inside the house. Should have stuck with that side, and essentially would have been like, that side against the other side of the house.
Anything last you guys would like to add here?
So I think Audrey and Vanessa played very similar games, but Audrey's downfall was, like she said, she played too hard, too fast, kind of cried wolf at the beginning a lot. She told some lies, made up some stories, so she lost her credibility early. Vanessa laid low the first couple weeks and then started playing like Audrey was playing. So then when Audrey and Vanessa were kind of like, believe me, no believe me, well, people believed Vanessa more so because Audrey was kind of like, there was all this suspicion surrounding her. So like, well, we're going to believe Vanessa because she hasn't really done anything for us not to believe her. So I think, honestly, if Audrey would have laid low the first couple weeks like Vanessa had, they would have been very strong. They would have played very similar games. It would have been fun to watch them kind of go at it.
Well, thanks both of you guys. It's Vanessa Watts. It's short, it's sweet, it's every week. It seems like every week I have a new favorite on this show. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank y'all for having us. We really enjoyed it.
Well, it was great to have those two guests here on Vanessa Watch.
It's Vanessa Watts. It's short, it's sweet, it's every week. And we're coming down to the end of this series, so stay tuned for next week.